Draw near, gathered throng, listen closely, for tonight we unfurl a grand chronicle of epic lore. We step into the freezing winds of far battle scene 29, recounting our valiant fellowship's harrowing trek into the mechanical heart of Chronopolis. Prepare yourselves for a tale of biting frost, of ancient, desperate magic, and a relentless push into the domain of the maddening voice. We shall chronicle the deeds of true heroes, and you shall witness the unfolding of their dire crusade.
Cast your minds to the treacherous northern expanse, a howling continent of groaning ice and merciless snow. Under a sky as gray as forged iron, our strike force pushes relentlessly forward, guided only by the distant, looming silhouettes of clockwork spires. They carve their path through the wastes, marching ever deeper into the insidious psychic domain of the zombifying voice.
The days upon the tundra were a grueling test of spirit. On the fourth sun, amidst the howling gales, our heroes parlayed with lake nomads, securing enchanted wax earplugs imbued with abjuration magic, a vital shield against the broadcasting madness. By the fifth day, they narrowly escaped a watery grave as the ice itself yielded beneath them, and by the sixth, they found themselves gliding upon a glassy inland abyss, beautiful yet utterly terrifying beneath their runners.
Then, a sudden, resonant crack. It echoed like thunder through the sub-zero air. The heavy wooden dog sleds buckled the ice on that fateful fifth day, sending spiderweb fractures racing beneath the runners. It was a breathless, desperate moment, proving this frozen wasteland to be as lethal and unforgiving as any dark minions sent by their foes. The strike force was instantly divided, teetering upon the very brink of an icy doom. Yet salvation bloomed from the brilliant mind of the elven wizard Debbie. Calling upon her legendary culinary past, her incantation filled the biting cold with the comforting, rich scent of toasted cinnamon and warm air. A mighty gust of wind. This sudden arcane surge violently propelled her sinking sled across the deadly fractures, casting them safely onto stable ice. A triumphant marriage of domestic warmth and destructive power. A mere 50 feet of crystalline ice separated our silent heroes from a massive, slumbering white dragon in the deep trench below. The ice was so pristine, so terrifyingly clear that the majestic beast was fully visible. A slumbering god of winter, capable of ending their saga with but a single breath. Such a precarious moment demanded absolute, unyielding discipline. On one side we have Percy Jin, swift, lethal readiness radiating from him as he grips his rope dagger, the Kyokitsu Shoge, muscles coiled to strike. Contrasted sharply against the silent telepathic restraint of the Goliath fighter Dean Scotch, his massive hand resting gently upon his greatsword. Their incredible restraint over the sleeping Drake speaks volumes of their battle-hardened pasts, communicating soundlessly to avoid waking the icy death resting below.
The Clockwork City awakens.
As dusk fell, the wrath of nature gave way to the towering, counter-rotating mechanical spires of Chronopolis, a breathtaking marvel of Warforged design humming with hypnotic, interlocking gears and heavy brass hydraulics. And amidst the industrial soot, a staggering sum was secured. 42,000 gold pieces. Through cunning negotiation, the Fellowship traded 17 captured soul gems to a city artificer, granting them the vital resources necessary to survive the mechanical labyrinth laying before them. Within a wondrous, rotating tavern, where the central bar turns ever against the outer booths, our heroes prepared themselves. Welsies, the steadfast dwarven paladin, sought a shrine to bless his ivy-wrapped axe. Aaron, the ranger, parlayed with a local bard. Bip, the elusive halfling, vanished seamlessly into the city's shadows for coin. And Dean Scotch sat in solemn silence, polishing his giant blade. Their past glories equipped them for what happened next, the sudden, oppressive arrival of a cloaked stranger. A sharp, pungent scent violently wafted from this passing cloaked stranger. It was the foul, unmistakable musk of the apex gray render, a fearsome beast they had tracked in the wild. This sensory trigger launched the elven wizard Debbie into immediate, solitary action. Whispering a swift incantation, she bent the very light around her and vanished into thin air, beginning a breathless pursuit into the freezing night.
An invisible pursuit.
Silent as a ghost, Debbie slips past an unyielding Warforged sentry and rides a massive clockwork elevator upward. High above the commercial district, on the 5th tier, lies an opulent private estate. Here, the stranger sheds his cloak to reveal himself as the half-war-forged wizard Voss. Flanked by two massive 9-foot gray renders, he wrestles these deadly apex predators like common hounds, just inches from the dizzying, rotating abyss of the mechanical city.
Trapped in the chamber with this sadistic wizard and his monstrous pets, Debbie made a harrowing choice. Vaulting over the marble railing into the open air of the city abyss, she projected a desperate warning through her sending stone to her comrades far below. Infiltrated the 5th floor. Target is a high-powered caster with gray render pets, falling to the 1st level now.
With the unforgiving stone floor of the 1st level rushing up to meet her, the elf uttered a single word of ancient power, Featherfall. Her deadly descent instantly slowed to a gentle, drifting grace. Landing softly amidst a stunned crowd, she slipped away into the shadows, sprinting back to the flickering amber glow of the tavern to regroup with her scattered kin.
Ascension to Tier 5. Back within the scarred wooden walls of the tavern, Robin Cade leverages her underworld machinations, securing a bloody path forward through the Wave Guild's hidden smuggler's shaft. But the shadows brought dark tidings. The sadistic wizard Voss harbors a sickening habit, tearing protective wax earplugs from his captives to string into a grisly trophy chain around his neck. Upon hearing this, Welsy's grip tightened upon his dwarven axe in righteous, uncompromising fury. The scales of justice demanded blood.
The monumental task before them was twofold. Voss, the sadistic half-warforged wizard, serves only as the nexus on the 5th floor. He remains in constant magical communion with the true mastermind, an ancient warforged hermit transmitting the maddening voice from a distant, shadowed mountain peak. The strike force must sever the nexus before they can ever hope to silence the broadcast at its source. A desperate battle plan was forged in the minds of the Fellowship by the silent telepathy of the giant blood Dean Scotch. Step 1. Ascend the shadowed smuggler shaft. Step 2. Cut down the wizard Voss and his beasts on Tier 5. Step 3. Scale the treacherous mountain peak and silence the broadcast source. The strategy is set, leaving us poised upon the very brink of glorious, inevitable war. Now, as our valiant strike force gathers their gear and slips into the shadowed access gate, a heavy question must echo into the freezing dusk of your minds. Will their blades strike true against the mechanical horde of Tier 5? Or will the zombifying voice claim their minds before the battle is even won? The perilous stakes are set, leaving us all hungry for the next chapter of this epic chronicle.